There is a budgetary mechanism called Below-Threshold Reprogramming. It appears in no public law you've read. And in fiscal year 2015 alone, the Army's own accounting produced $6.5 trillion in adjustments that no auditor could trace to a real transaction. Not stolen, not lost, simply unaccountable, and it happens every fiscal year. Below-threshold reprogramming is the Pentagon's authority to move money between programs after Congress has already passed the budget, without asking Congress first. As long as the amount moved stays under a set dollar threshold, the Defense Department can quietly shift funds from one program to another. No floor vote, no public hearing, no press release. The money you thought was going to build a specific aircraft can end up somewhere else entirely, and the only record is an internal notification sent to 4 committees, read by staff, and then filed away. To the public, and to most of Congress itself, it never happened. This authority didn't arrive by referendum. It grew out of routine reprogramming language buried in Defense Appropriations Acts stretching back to the 1950s, when lawmakers gave the Pentagon limited flexibility to handle unforeseen costs mid-year. That flexibility needed a ceiling, so appropriators set dollar thresholds, a few million here, tens of millions there, below which the Pentagon didn't need prior approval at all. Every year the bill got renewed. Every year the threshold got adjusted. No single Congress ever voted on should the Pentagon have a permanent authority to move money in secret. They voted on defense bills year after year, and the authority rode along inside them, unquestioned, until it became load-bearing infrastructure nobody remembers installing. Today, that authority isn't run by elected officials. It's run by controller staff inside the Office of the Secretary of Defense, working alongside a small group of committee aides on the House and Senate Appropriations and Armed Services Committees, the so-called Four Corners. These are the people who actually see the reprogramming requests. They can object. They rarely do. There is no requirement that objections become public, no requirement that a citizen, a journalist, or even most members of Congress ever see the line item that moved. The people controlling billions of dollars in shifted funding were never on a ballot, and the people who were elected to oversee them mostly don't look. Here is what that means for you, specifically. Every dollar the Pentagon spends is supposed to trace back to an appropriation Congress approved for a stated purpose. That's the entire constitutional theory of the power of the purse. Below-threshold reprogramming lets that traceability quietly break. A program funded for logistics support can end up subsidizing a classified initiative. A line item labeled readiness can fund something with no public description at all. And when the Department of Defense Inspector General tried to audit the Army's general fund for fiscal year 2015, examiners found $6.5 trillion in year-end adjustments, entries made to force the books to balance, that had no supporting documentation whatsoever. Not stolen money. Worse, money with no evidence it was ever real in the way it was recorded. The Pentagon has never passed a full audit since it was first legally required to attempt one in 2018. Every year the answer is the same. The systems can't produce a complete paper trail, and the reprogramming authority is one of the reasons no one outside a small circle can even reconstruct what happened. And here's the part that should actually worry you: none of this is illegal. It's completely legal. Every dollar moved under below-threshold reprogramming is authorized by statute. The secrecy isn't a loophole being exploited. It is the system working exactly as designed. You cannot repeal this by electing new officials because no single Congress owns it. It's reauthorized automatically inside must-pass annual defense appropriations, meaning killing it would require deliberately blocking military funding, a political cost no Congress has been willing to pay in 70 years. The only people with the visibility to object are the same 4 committees who benefit from controlling that visibility. There is no outside body, no inspector, no citizen lawsuit that can force disclosure of a specific reprogramming action before it happens. The lock isn't hidden in a vault. It's hidden in the ordinary machinery of how a budget bill gets renewed. And if the largest, most scrutinized agency in the federal government can move trillions in ways no one can fully trace, using an authority no single vote created and no single body can undo, ask yourself what smaller version of this exists in every other agency you've never thought to check. What else has been renewed so many times that no one remembers it was ever a choice?